Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Yard Sale Artist Studios. Of course, I'm Jarrod Alberich, the Yard Sale Artist. Welcome you to the Tuesday night show. I am joined, as always, by my friend, Mr. Mark Hatherley. How are you tonight, Mark?
I'm doing very well, sir. Thank you very much for having me again. And how you doing tonight, Jarrod?
Everything's good. Having ourselves a nice, quiet, kind of laid-back day today.
Nice. That's always a good thing.
Good day, yeah. So we're going to be drawing for your pleasure this evening, hanging out, chit-chatting. Feel free to join us in the chat.
Yep. Should be breezing, having some fun.
So, yep. What you got on the drawing board tonight, my friend?
I am going to do a She-Ra commission tonight.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Another character that I have never ever drawn before in my life. So let's see how it comes out.
It's called First Timers Night then, because
That's it.
I have Doctor Who Matt Smith version.
Oh, nice.
Commission I'm doing for someone on my board tonight.
Good stuff.
Got the pencils transferred over to the nice Bristol paper, and we'll be off to the races.
As always. Now let me get myself some references, which I probably should have done.
We got John Beatty in the house.
Hello, Mr. Beatty. I saw some comments earlier from Mr. Beatty.
That's right.
We got Green Lantern in the house, formerly Rod Line, and Carpe Diem from Facebook.
All right. It's like a murderer's row.
Yeah, it's funny. I like formerly Rod Line's name, you know. It's funny.
Carpe is watching from Texas. Thanks for joining us. Don't worry, GLHG. Dad Rap is on the playlist. So you will get your daily dose or weekly dose of Dad Rap.
It looked like I saw a few requests out for it already before the show even started.
Yep.
I mean, it's the future of music. So, of course, they want to hear it.
Exactly. Like I said, it's just going to be that one day, Jarrod. I hope you're ready.
Just one day when the whole... when it pops. Oh, got John Beatty out there saying hashtag more lines. Every drawing needs more lines. John, of course, has you've got to pass into the studio tonight. If you've got anything you need to draw with us like last week, that was fun.
You know what's funny? I don't see too much references of She-Ra. Okay, I got a few here. Just for the purpose. I probably should have started earlier.
That's all right. We all know at the speed at which you draw.
Oh, man.
It's not going to be an issue.
We have Gina Presents in the house. And
hey, sir.
Chola.
As always.
Chola. We got our good crew in tonight.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. I'm trying to find...
Jarrod, what was the character you're doing? Matt Smith for Doctor Who?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Matt Smith for Doctor Who on my commissions list. Yep.
GL says that, Mark, we're expecting your song soon.
My Dad Rap Part 2.
Yeah. About time somebody put some pressure on you instead of me about this.
And like I have a special guest appearance from the Yard Sale Artist.
That's right. Featuring.
Yeah, featuring. That's it. Make it sound cool, huh? Okay, so I just need one picture. At least I can see the costume properly. And then I'll get started. Just bear with me, folks.
I think everybody here knows that they believe in you.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, the regulars. The regulars should know.
That's right. We all know the talents of Mr. Mark Hatherley. I'm glad to have found him and work with him on comic books.
And I'm glad you found him.
I'm the writer and he's the artist. It's a slew of reasons for that. But yeah,
it's always a pleasure. Lots of fun, I must say.
All know that
Mark we got burner accounts in the house.
What up, burner account?
Okay, this one's gonna have to do. And let's see. I need a quiz. No.
What Shira are you drawing tonight? The old one or the new one?
I'm gonna do I think it's the old one from the He-Man shit cartoons.
That's probably a good decision.
Yeah.
I got not a lot. I don't have anything against new She-Ra, but for the way you draw and interpret things, I think you'd probably rather have the older one than the.
Yeah, I mean, right. I'm looking at it. Right, it looks. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Not I found a proper picture, and let's see if I save that picture now before I get over that. Okay, so I got that. And we're going to.
John Petty say he's going to do yard sale rap.
There you go.
I fully support this idea.
Yep.
Oh man! Speaking of yard sale, man, I've had a big day of hitting. I went to my local Goodwill and my local Christian mission today. Got my usual yard sale missions.
Nice.
Found some good stuff, man.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Oh, I did. I'll have an episode later in the week of more yard sale, not so much art, where we'll talk about the finds for this week.
Yes, I saw that, and I meant to tune in. I missed it. I saw Delvin and a couple other fellas in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. And I started to watch the rebroadcast.
Well, you're always welcome.
Yeah.
What's the yard sale scene like on the island?
I don't think
it's very
minimal.
Yeah, it's very
Okay.
minimal.
Yeah, if I must.
It's usually if someone's leaving the island or if they're moving house.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
It's not a big thing. But every now and again you'll catch one.
Sometimes they have a car and boot sale. So that's what they call it here.
Boot as in the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with the Puerto Rico yard sale scene. It sounds very similar.
Okay.
Not a huge scene, but every once in a while type of deal.
Right.
So what was one thing that really excited you from the yard sale?
Okay.
If you care to disclose.
Oh, if I want to disclose. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I got some DVDs that I liked, but as far as value for resale, I found at the Goodwill they have this big bin right by the checkout where you can take anything out of it for I think it's a dime.
Right.
And I snagged a computer game out of there that I know sells on eBay regularly for about $30. So I'm gonna change that dime into $30. I always like doing that. I love the hunt.
I think that's fun about it, huh?
It is
The hunting side of it.
finding the treasures.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, I remember her, but I said obviously forget. I just need to look up. I'm gonna get an idea of what that thing gives this type of face. Don't want to copy.
I think there's some football talk going on in our chat.
Yes,
Right? I was like,
yeah, I was just reading. Sounds like the coach, the NFL coach, passed. Trying to find what his name was.
I know at my beloved Auburn University, one of our classic head coaches passed away just this week.
Oh no!
Was his name Pat Dye or something?
Pat Dye is correct.
Okay,
yes.
right, because I saw that in the chat earlier. I mean, I can't pretend like I knew, but you guys have my condolences. I know how those things are.
Yep.
Say it.
Met Mr. Dye just a couple of times.
Right.
He used to oftentimes on game days he'd be selling one of his books that he's written and be at the bookstore and meeting people. And I met Coach Dye a few times. Nice man. Loved Auburn.
Right.
So Don Shula from the Miami Dolphins. Thank you, John.
That's
the NFL coach that passed.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I've got my brush at the ready, John. It just kind of, I don't like to use the brush yet on the delicate features of the face. I'm not that confident with the brush yet. So yeah, I could switch to brush. Just kind of getting a little carried away with my line work. Somebody told me to do more lines.
John was saying that he was 91.
Who, Don Shula?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I actually, strangely enough, hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, I can't say I have either. I mean, it's just like, it's just so much going on right now.
Yeah.
We won't
There's
get
no
into
shortage of news right now.
Yeah, we won't get into any detail, but I mean, it's just so much going on. It's like, you just, this is a good time to be, you know, streaming and talking and laughing and drawing.
Absolutely.
You know, just, and no disrespect to anyone, but it's just, sometimes you just need to get a break.
You're right about that, sir.
Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that's up too high.
What, you about done over there?
What's that?
So you about done over there?
Yeah, I wish. I think I started too high on the page, so let me just
It's gonna erase it all.
Yeah, there you, hey, that's part of the fun. I wish my eraser would stay clean. I need to find an eraser that doesn't get dirty. All right, so it doesn't have to be a whole body shot, to be honest.
Oh boy.
So how's the family making out, Jarrod?
Oh, everybody's doing well, doing well.
Good stuff.
Not much going on, you know.
Heard that.
Just kind of quiet. Just like we like it.
Yeah.
Rod says that would be the holy grail, never dirty eraser like
Would it?
that.
I'm telling you. But one day,
Hello, Storm Wolf.
hey, it's almost nice to see you, sir.
Storm Wolf. Ow.
I remember once I had a little piece of, I think, pencil lead lodged in my eraser. And obviously, you know, when I started to erase off of the page, I see all these lines, and I mean, deep lines embedded into the paper, and it scratched the paper all up.
Oh yeah.
So I literally had to start. It was one of those gummy erasers,
Uh-huh.
and it picked up a little fine little piece of, I think maybe a 5mm lead or something, pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nuisance. I was erasing. I'm saying, well, what is this? And it just destroyed the picture, the paper, everything.
Oh man.
That's why I sort of ran away from those gummy erasers. They're nice, but they pick up so much gunk.
Oh. I've never had one of those gum erasers before.
Yeah, no, I tried them out a few times, but
I steal most of my art supplies from John Beatty, but I didn't
Yeah.
steal those.
no harm in that. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Nah, he rarely even notices. It's the wonderful part. He's on to me about my circle template, though. He knows it used to be his.
Okay, I'm struggling tonight. Just got to get warmed up here.
Well,
Jarrod.
we're just What's up?
Burner account is saying that you should monetize your channel.
Monetize? How do you even do that?
Yeah, I think you have to have like 1,000 subscribers or something before you can do that.
Right.
I'm not sure.
I got a question for you, Jarrod, from Green Lantern.
Okay,
He's asking if you have a Holy Grail yard sale, like an item that you wished you'd find but never have.
Ooh.
Yeah, that little painting that turns out to be worth like $3 billion or something like that. You know,
That's
people
the
find
one.
these things. Yeah, it's amazing how some people get so lucky. Yeah,
That's the one.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
I
curious.
guess the first thing that kind of left in mind would be I'm a big G.I. Joe collector.
Right.
This is kind of odd because I only collect the figures, not the vehicles. But I'd be pretty excited to come across that USS Flag, the giant aircraft carrier.
Oh, that's right.
I've never owned one. I saw one at a flea market once. And I probably should have bought that one back in the day because I didn't want, it was like maybe $200. I think they sell better than that these days. But I think aside from that one I saw at the flea market, it might be the only one I've ever seen.
It's amazing what some of these toys will be worth if you just kept them from when you originally had them, huh?
Yeah.
What they'd be worth today.
John Baby shouted out. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. I'll put it on the board.
Yeah, Kung Fu Grip.
I found a 1964 G.I. Joe in my last. He was the feature of my last Mori art sale. Not so much art, but he didn't have Kung Fu Grip. But it was a 64 Joe, and he had a lot of accessories, which made him cool.
Okay.
I was smart, and I prepped my brush and my ink and my ink cup, but I did not prep a rinse cup with water, so I'm going to go do that.
Lovely.
Y'all don't talk bad about me while I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, let's see. How's she holding this sword? No, it looks like it's too far to the left. I just have to work with that tonight.
No, same black and white ET, man. It's got to go. Oh, snap. What I just see, portable Nintendo and it's waiting for me. They call it game.
They are wrapped.
Wait to see all the sweet games that can travel with me. We talked to Zelda, Batman, even Tetris 3, Phantom 50, and Game X.
All right, let's see that reference picture.
Let's see how amazing it can be. Power it on, and what do I see? A black and white screen staring right back at me.
Go on.
Okay, I have a question for everyone in the chat.
Now it's high.
What was your most cherished toy as a child?
Nice.
Oh, dead rap.
Yeah, I heard. I just see it. Just in time.
To answer John's question, no, he did not have the fuzzy hair or the beard. It was he had the scar on the side of his face, but he was clean shaven.
I'm addicted to that Zelda, so I got to run out.
Mark.
What's that?
GL saying, see, not too hard. You can sing next week.
Yeah. Whatever. Don't hold your breath.
I'll put your question up on the board there. Duchess. Folks in the chat, let's hear about your favorite toys. That's a good question.
I'm trying to think my favorite toy as a child. One that I really liked. Man.
GL is saying you have no idea how long that will take for me to tell you.
That sounds like the GL I know and love. What if you were forced to pick just one? I'll tell you one that I'm looking for. I guess this could be a holy grail for me. I had this this set from Dukes of Hazzard. Remember the TV show Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh, yes.
I had this Dukes of Hazzard set called, I think it was called Barnyard Busters, and it had this Dukes of Hazzard car, which is about that big. And you'd rev it up, and let it go. And you could bust through the barn, you could ramp over the hay. There was a thing where it would hit just right, so it would go on one wheel, not just two wheels. There was one where it would do two, one where it would go on one and spin out. Oh, it was so much fun. I played that thing for hours, and I've never seen one since I was a kid.
That's amazing. Huh?
I've looked at them on eBay, and they're kind of affordable, but it's one of those things where I so much enjoy finding things in the wild,
Yep. I'm trying to think because I had so many toys that I liked. I mean, I had my action figures from Star Wars.
Yeah, I love Star Wars.
But I'm trying to think if I knew there's one that I just always like to play with.
For some reason on Star Wars, I was born in 76, so I was more into like Jedi because I was a little older when Jedi came out.
Right.
I really liked my Jabba the Hutt, and he sat on that little throne that would open up so you could put a figure in there, kind of like he fell through the wall in the movie. I always liked that one.
On the stool thing, weren't he?
John Betty says, Dukes of Hazzard? WTF is that?
I used to love that.
Sounds a little older than I am.
Yeah, I used to love Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, man. Dukes of Hazzard was the jam.
Yeah, that was my show, yeah.
Bernard Count says, Mr. Stretch?
Oh, Stretch Armstrong? We had one of those when I was a kid. I had a brother who was 5 years older than me, so he had the Stretch Armstrong.
I don't remember actually having one of those, to be honest. I knew about them. I don't know if I actually had a Stretch Armstrong.
I think we had one. I think we had two. I want to say we had like a regular Stretch Armstrong, and the one where you could see through him, like you could see his internal organs and stuff. It was like
maybe I did have one on your thing because when you stretch it, you could see all his stuff inside, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think we had one. That sounds right to me, unless I made that up in my head.
Elastic Arms, he says. Yep, that's the one. Elastic Arms. It's funny though, because I remember my brother used to be into like Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and I want to say He-Man. So I always saw his toys. I mean, I think I had like a couple of dolls. But yeah, he was the type of kid that would always like pull things apart.
Right.
It was the weirdest thing. He just pulled everything apart just to see what it was like, how it was working. So I don't remember having too many toys because he'd pull everything apart.
Destroy it.
Oh man, Gino said he had a Fall Guy toy truck. Man, I didn't even know Fall Guy had his own toy line. That's gonna be looking at that on eBay tonight.
Right, I never even heard of that.
I remember the Fall Guy. We used to watch that show.
Yeah, Fall Guy.
Was that Lee Majors? Did he play the Fall Guy?
I think it was Lee Majors, yeah.
Lee Majors would have approved. That's what he said.
I remember watching that show as a kid.
Rod says if he had to pick out of a burning fire, he said G.I. Joe figures, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Cobra, Flash.
I think I like Snake Eyes.
And Grumps.
I've got all those guys in my cabinet right now.
Oh, do you really? That's crazy.
I said my G.I. Joe figure collection is insane. And it's almost all done via a yard sale.
So
I think man cave's coming along pretty good.
I know.
I'm getting a little jealous now.
Do they have like a place where you can get them appraised to see what they're worth? Because I mean, G.I. Joe is from what, the 80s?
Yeah, the little Joes are. These 3 3/4 inch Joes are 80s. Your 12-inch Joes were big in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, because they started to make bigger ones, didn't they?
Yeah, 60s and 70s was the original Joe market. And then they resurrected it in the 80s with the 3 3/4 inch line. There's a great special you can watch. There's a series on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us. And they have an issue where they talk about, or an episode where they talk about Joe and sort of the whole history behind that. There's an episode on Star Wars and the history behind that. They do Barbie. They do. There's like 8 or 12 episodes. Each one focuses on a toy line from your childhood, and they're really, really well done. I highly recommend it. He-Man episode, one of my favorites.
Yeah, because
the stories are great.
I still like toys. I can't lie.
John Beatty says that he had an Evil Knievel stunt cycle toy.
Oh yeah,
He
I
says
remember that.
complete with broken bones.
Our there was a neighbors that lived across the street from us when I was a little boy in Indiana, probably about 5. And the neighbors across the street would babysit for us every once in a while when my mom had to run out and do something. When my dad was working, and they had that. They had the Evil Knievel stunt set.
Oh, right.
And so I'm familiar with that. I love playing with that thing. One of their kids must have left it behind, I guess, when they moved out or something.
Hey.
They were an elderly couple, so they didn't really have any business with a toy from the late set. Maybe they just like playing with it. I don't know, but
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why they have a toy from the 70s like that, but yeah, they probably had it. One of their kids probably had it and moved away or something. But I love playing with that thing. This old stunt cycle. Cool toy.
Yeah, that's what he did, huh?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'd say another great, I guess, quote unquote, holy grail find for me would be at a yard sale. I'd love to find some Centurions. I don't know if you guys remember Centurions.
I remember the Centurions, yeah.
I loved them. I had, I think, one or maybe 2 that I had found at secondhand at a thrift store or something, because they didn't have a lot of the accessories, which was all the fun of the Centurions, because they had all those little
the little jackets
that you could snap the accessories on around their bodies. So cool. But going back to Duchess's question, I didn't forget you about appraising them. There are professional appraisers out there that you can mail your figures to, and they'll appraise it and put it in a special case. I went to see one of those appraisers when I was in Atlanta on business about 2 years ago. I was going to hand carry this. I have this very, or had because I sold it, but a very rare, hard to find Polish version of Boba Fett Star Wars figure.
Oh, nice.
And I wanted them to
I would like to see what that looks like.
He looks a lot like regular Boba Fett. I think the Polish version might have actually shot the rocket from the backpack.
Okay.
Like it was intended to do here in America, but then, safety reasons, they did away with that. I think that's the difference. I can't remember, because he was when I got him at a yard sale, and he was in a pretty well protected case.
Right.
And so I took him up there and asked them if they would appraise it and put an official seal on it. And they actually said that they wouldn't, because he's from Poland. They can, even though they're like, yeah, we know he's got a lot of value, but he's at the end of the day, he's considered a bootleg.
Oh, right, because it's from Poland.
I said, oh, okay. So I basically had to toss them out there on eBay, unverified and all that. But, collectors, they know when they see it.
Right. The true ones will know, right?
He sold really, really well. I made a lot of money off of him. But the best thing, going way back to the original question, if you want to appraise, is really the wonderful world of eBay. Yeah. You can go look it up, and then you don't look at what they're selling for, because people can ask for anything. It's what are they actually getting. But there's an option where you can go in and click see the sold items. It'll show you items of that have sold recently, and then you can look at what they've been selling for and realize what their price really is, what their value is.
Gee, I was saying, does anyone remember the Lee Major Bionic Man?
Oh yeah! Hell yeah! That's funny, because whenever someone says Lee Majors, I think, Bionic Man. And then when you guys brought up Fall Guy, I was just like, wait a minute.
Yep.
Lee Majors was in 2 shows I watched as a kid.
That's right.
Yeah, Genome says that he would love to nab a monster from Humanoid from one of the garage sales.
Oh, that would be cool. Let's see, how many years ago would this be now? This would have been about 2006. So 14 years ago, I was in San Antonio, which is in a big city. You would think, I was excited to move there. I was like, big city means big yard sales, And they had a lot, but it was a struggle to find things that I really wanted there. It was weird.
Right.
I did better there at the. They had a South Side flea market that I used to love to go to. It was very much the quote unquote Mexican part of town. But man, that flea market was dope because like they had all the the little cooking food vendors. Like you get that roasted corn on the cob, you know, the way the with the Mexican flavor in it. Man,
right.
Man, I'm getting
Stuff
excited.
you wanted.
I'm getting excited right now. And they had good deals on stuff, and I did pretty good down there. But anyway, I was there was a yard sale that was literally one street over from my house, and I was like, all right, well, let me go look at this. And I went over there, and they had the original all metal first wave Voltron. You know,
Oh wow!
all the cats just come together as one.
No, that's probably one toy that I really liked.
I was like, oh, that's cool, you know, and they had a good reasonable price on it. I want to say I ended up paying, I think I want to pay $20 for it.
Nice.
Which you know, it's not bad. Not bad. No. And I knew I would sell it for more, and it's one of those ones where I considered keeping it. But I sold it because I'm like, you know, as cool as it is, I've never really been a Voltron guy.
Right. I actually liked it. I just thought it was fascinating the way they made all those things fit in like that.
I know, like
all the individual lines to fit in.
Yeah, the whole, you know, that was basically the big boom of importing from Japan. And the Japanese were, I mean, that's where Transformers came from.
Yeah.
Transformers was known as a whole. I see you're erasing She-Ra again.
No, I don't want it to be too messy. So I see where most of the lines what I want to keep. So I'm just taking off a lot of the loose top layout stuff, and then
I'm gonna start hiding his erasers.
Anyway, I see I got my understructure pretty good, so I'm just draw on top of that.
Let's see. I'm catching up on the chat. Oh, Lee Majors is the Big Valley to me. Okay, I know of the Big Valley, but I didn't know Lee Majors was in it. That's cool. Interesting. Oh, and someone gave a shout out to the Marvel Superhero Secret Wars figures. I had all of those. That was Rod Line. And of course, John Beatty himself worked on Secret Wars. Man, that was just big. I mean, There's a lot of comic book maxi series that got its own line of figures. That's incredible. Chola knows about the Southside Flea Market because Chola's been to San Antonio. Gave a shout out. You can get the best food, best bargains. In fact, I'll run my mouth some more about the Southside Flea Market. I went down there and got a imported Japanese version import Sega Saturn. I'm a big video game guy, and I had a Saturn, but I didn't have the Japanese version.
Right.
It was like ours in America was like all black, and theirs was like gray with blue buttons. And I bought it in a stack of they had about 8 games to go with it. And I think I paid $10 or something like that.
What?
And it was worth a lot. I sold one game in that stack by itself for over $200.
What?
Yeah. Some of the games in there were so rare. And that the market on it was crazy. But being a gamer, I didn't flip the system. I put it in my collection. And then when my son, my firstborn, was about 2 years old, you know, he kind of terrible twos, got into my video game room and went right for it and just destroyed it.
Okay.
I had told him, I said, one day you're going to be in college and you're going to be playing your, PlayStation 7 or whatever it is by then. And I'm going to bust in your dorm room and just walk over and smash that thing. And you're not going to know why at the time, but I'll remind you. This is from my Saturn.
Yup.
Yeah, our oldest used to put dollar coins in our PlayStation.
Yeah, he put Euro coins in there.
He thought it was an arcade.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Gina is asking me about a favorite toy. To be honest, I really didn't have a favorite toy. My brother and I, we were always outside playing. I mean, if I had like a Barbie, that was about it. But yeah, I didn't really have a favorite toy. We were just mostly outside. My brother had a thing about catching crabs, which was funny.
And then you get fishing with them.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a big, like 6, maybe a little over 6 foot tall cabinet in our foyer when you come into the house. About 6 foot tall, about 6 foot wide, glass all around, lit up cabinet. A friend of ours made it and did an incredibly good job.
Nice.
And on the left side, split down the middle. On the left side is my collection, my Joes.
Right.
Got my Joes and my James Bond figures, and I have a whole bunch of the DC Superpowers figures from the 80s and the real Ghostbusters figures from the animated show.
Right.
And then on the right side is my wife's collection, and it's all He-Man and She-Ra for the most part. And her collection of He-Mans and She-Ras, that's what she grew up playing. Because she played a lot with her brother, and he had He-Man, she had She-Ra, and that was a brilliant maneuver on Mattel's part to make toys that you could play with together.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Boy and girl.
Exactly.
And totally worked in their household, and she loves He-Man and She-Ra to this day.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't think of her mom was pretty smart to like give her and then give her brother the
toy makers were smart too, weren't they?
Yeah. Brilliant move. I mean, for a while there, if you watch that documentary, you'll see that.
So you're right. What's that called again?
Toys That Made Us on Netflix.
Okay.
You got the Netflix.
I'm gonna watch that.
The He-Man one, yeah, is particularly good. And just they were on top, man, for like the longest time.
I had a bunch of the He-Man action figures.
It's definitely to the point now where like when we find one at a yard sale, the odds are real good she's gonna already have it. It's to the point where like we bring home He-Man, the rare find now that it's like, okay, is it in better condition than the one I currently have? That's where she's at collecting.
So I'll take it.
Yeah, she's got about all of them.
Gina says, I'm assuming this is a question for you, Jarrod. Did you put the Daniel Greg figure into the Rubik's Cube so that he doesn't look like Sean Connery's belly button?
I gotta say, Gino officially lost me on that one. It's funny, but I have no idea where we're going.
It's funny.
Yeah, got me.
GL's funny. He fooled his sister into getting a Tesla from He-Man so that he can play with it. And when she got it, she never let him touch it.
She ended up liking it. Backfired.
The old get the Tila, get the girl figure. It could be fun. I remember that. Yeah. It's funny. We were kind of talking about that too. Is like
good strategy.
The 80s was like a time where boys played with boy toys and girls played with girl toys. So like, if
exactly.
You're Joe, you were a boy. You kind of had a front like, oh, I don't really care if I get a Scarlet, or a Lady J or a girl. But like deep inside, all those boys were like, damn, I want that figure.
Yeah. Can you get that one, please?
I gotta get that figure. I didn't care. I was like, I gotta get that figure. I remember particularly liking Jinx, the female ninja in the red outfit, when she came out. I wanted to find her bad, but she was hard to come by.
Oh, I gotta look her up.
Sounds like most of the people in our audience are 80s kids.
Yeah. Pretty tuned in, huh?
I am.
Do we have any 90s kids in our audience? Any Power Rangers people out there?
Good question. I don't think we're cool enough for that.
I see a question from John Beatty in the chat. Yeah, I think this is going to get colored.
Yeah, that's looking pretty cool, Jarrod.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks smooth. Look at her struggling right now. Struggling.
We all know it's going to come out okay for you.
Yeah, hopefully.
We've seen this before.
Yeah, I know.
On the show. Oh, I see some people talking about 3-minute sketch requests.
Oh.
Someone threw one in for Mr. T.
Mr. T. We get better and better every week, huh?
I second that only because I had a gym teacher that looked like Mr. T. It was so funny because that's who he reminds me of.
Mr. T. I pity the fool.
Fool.
All right, let's see how I'm going to do.
Okay, should I get a list going for the 3-minute sketch?
Might as well.
All right, guys. If you have any ideas for the 3-minute sketch, put it in the chat and I'll write it down.
Yeah, we're getting near that point. We are getting near that point.
Okay, let's see how this crawl looks now. See if Bob's in here.
Mr. T, no animation version.
Yeah, I pick what version I want. That's the answer to that. That's the answer to that. Yeah, you don't get to pick versions here on the show.
Yep. I pity the fool that picked that.
Pity the fool. Say no animation version. $3 you'll be lucky to get a good animated version of this.
Yeah.
Full bling too.
Somebody's going all in tonight, I see.
Yeah, you see that?
Okay, looks like we have an 80s theme going.
You know, that reminds me. We have not heard from Courtney tonight.
Oh.
No, I actually got a message. Shout out to Courtney if she watches this later, but she sent me a message before the stream. They have no electricity.
Oh.
So
She said, right, because
I was very sad to hear that she wasn't going to join us.
Right, because I saw her post where she said she'll be here earlier.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, she didn't.
Somebody else is going to have to pick the number tonight.
Yep.
Fill in. So this is big shoes to fill, man.
You got that right.
Someone put in Thundar the Barbarian.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Man, you got to stretch that 3 minutes.
Yep.
We got a tall order here.
Every week, people out trying to kill us, man.
You know, I think it's getting worse and worse, isn't it? Hey, we can handle it.
Yeah, the cards I had made for us that we'll eventually do our fundraiser episode where we'll just do 3-minute sketches the whole episode.
That should be fun.
It'll probably be like $5 or $6 for whatever character you want.
Right.
And you'll get a postcard sent wherever you want. From one from me and one from Mark. And we're just gonna do that as a little fundraiser to help pay for the streaming service here on the show. And Mark, I don't know if you looked into it, but I did for you, according to my research. Because I was like, I hope it doesn't really, hit hit the financial line hard to send postcards from Bermuda to the U.S., but
right.
I
I didn't
found it's about 80 cents.
Yeah, I don't think it's expensive at all.
It's like a postage mail thing, I think, right?
Yeah, it's just if you just get the postcard stamps,
right.
My research, and I reserve the right to be wrong because I was just looking around the internet.
Yeah,
so it's about 80 cents to send a postcard, so that won't kill us. Our overhead won't be too bad. People, your
exactly
dollars will go to great work.
Exactly. Every little bit helps.
And there's Rodline again, always trying to get that Galactus in full detail. That's funny. I don't care if the randomizer lands on Galactus, Duchess. You will lie and say it is something else.
That's your job.
That's your job, is a straight up lie if it lands on Galactus.
Hey, listen, I'll be as honest as I possibly can.
I don't like that attitude one bit, Missy. Not one bit.
Ooh, I like Burner's idea, Medusa. I love that. That's going down for sure.
Why do I feel like the Duchess is up to something? Like when it comes to these 3-minute sketches, she's always on.
You could just write squiggly lines for her snakes and put little eyeballs on the end of them.
Easier said than done, huh?
But yeah, anyway, I got our little customized postcards at the
I appreciate
print shop. Just waiting for the print shop. I stopped by the print shop yesterday, actually, but they said not yet, but soon.
Soon, okay, good stuff.
And then I got to mail them to you, and I guess that'd be the longest pole in the tent, depending on how the mail's running.
Quite possibly, yeah. And they're telling how long it'll take me to get them back out to people. But
as long as you have them, then we can actually
exactly. And I think once things pick up again here, then it wouldn't be so bad,
Right.
Once the post office gets back up to full speed.
Chola with the stick figure snakes. Make sure you write that down. Stick figure snakes.
That works.
Got it.
Because I could do it drawing some squiggly lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it down. Stick figure snakes. You gotta give one of them a winky eye, okay?
If it lands on Galactus, just say stick figure snakes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I like that. If you're having fun with us tonight talking 80s toys and drawings, be sure to give us a like on this here video. Depending on how you're watching, if you're on YouTube, we'd love a subscription. If you're not, we'd love if you made your way over to YouTube. Check out the Yard Sale Artist and drop a subscription. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, just giving it a like or a retweet or a share would be great as well. We'd appreciate that. And make sure you get your idea in for tonight's 3-minute sketch break, which will take pretty much any minute now.
Pat's in the house. Hello, sir.
Hello.
All right. Pop in, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
as per usual, this, I always think, oh, I'll be able to draw this in, X amount of time, and I'm always wrong.
Never works like that.
Never works. I mean, I had this one pretty well laid out when I came on. I was like,
I saw that.
All laid out. It was going to be no time at all.
I saw that, yeah.
It's a good indication when the stream goes live and you look at what I've got on the board. Always a good indication of like how much prep work I got done the day before.
Yeah.
I try to carve out time on Mondays to prep for the show.
Hey, you do such a good job at it.
So far, I've done pretty well, and I appreciate your support. But I just know there's going to be a day where I'm going to show up just like, hey, what What's up, everybody?
We got Matarog in the house.
Meta, welcome. If I'm not mistaken, Meta won a contest over on Genome's channel, Genome Presents, which I recommend everybody, and which I did a drawing. The contest was a drawing for me. I think I did a deathlock for him on a page from a military manual.
Nice.
If I'm remembering my names correctly.
Yes, he's confirming that he did.
Yes. I mailed that out. Was it Monday? I can't remember if I got his out before the weekend was over, before the weekend, or right after Monday. But either way, it's gone, so it's on its way to you.
Yeah, I have to get the contact the post office to see if that stuff's going. It should be going. Hoping, but it's nice to just check and know. Get confirmation.
Yes, indeed.
And Genome has left the stream.
Good stuff.
Thank you, sir, for
See you
joining
next
us.
time. Yep.
Thanks for being here, Genome. Like I said, he runs a fun little channel, Genome Presents, on YouTube. I encourage folks to check that out.
Okay, last call for the 3-minute sketch ideas, guys.
Yep. As I get down to the bottom of this here jacket for the line work, I'm sure I'm going to want to let it dry for a spell. And that'll be a good time to do the sketch. And then I'm going to come back and do some marker work on it.
All right.
This client
that's looking pretty good.
Thank you. This client went whole hog and said, yeah, I'd like to get it colored. And I like this client. He lives locally, lives here in my town.
Oh, nice.
And which is great because no shipping.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a nice guy. Met him a couple times. So when he reached out and was like, hey, I want to get this. So I was like, oh, cool.
That's good support as well, you know.
Mm-hmm. I would give a couple more details, but I also know that this is a gift for somebody, so I don't want it to be spoiled.
Right. Likewise.
Oh, I think I'm in on the secret here. Corner to give me fits. There we go. All right, I got to fill that in his dark pants, and then we'll switch over. It's John fighting people in the chat about Mr. T.
He changed it to Alien.
I was like, no,
Mr. T.
That's even better.
I pity the fool.
Yep.
Every week, as an alien come up to someone's like, see if you could do H.R. Geiger in 3 minutes. Y'all are just straight up evil sometimes. I want you to know that.
Charlotte is calling dibs on the She-Ra before Kaz jumps in here.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's like you got to drop 2 She-Ras.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No worse.
Hey, that's a good spot to be in.
Lloyd's in the house. How are you, sir?
Lloyd, hello.
Lloyd made it.
Formerly Rod saying, anywhere in Heart, the Newsmaster, they're going to make Tesla as the main character.
Doing what?
I wonder
Oh,
if
it's our Tila.
Tila. I'm not really familiar with them. I haven't heard that.
I watched a real good documentary on maybe YouTube about the He-Man movie, and it's been in development.
Oh, right.
Since Dolph Lundgren's came out, they've had another one in the works for about that long.
Right.
And
so they never released the first one?
Yeah, well, they had one, but it just wasn't. It wasn't what people wanted. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, Courtney Cox was in it.
I'll look that one up.
It's one of those Canon films that kind of bought properties and did their best with them with the budgets they had from the 80s.
Right.
It's not really that bad, to be honest with you.
No, that wasn't that bad. I just think people were more or less looking for something closer to cartoon design. Well,
yeah.
I should speak for myself.
Go right ahead. That's good.
Because that's what I was looking for. Like, I was looking for more or less what they looked like on the cartoon, you know. But
yeah, I mean, I think He-Man looked all right. It's Dolph Lundgren in his prime.
Yeah, it looked pretty decent.
But some of them just off, and yeah, there's a bigger universe they could have captured there.
Yeah.
I got to get in on that hand.
He said he believes that Kevin Smith is involved in the new Masters.
Okay.
Yes. I think there's a new Masters. I think he's talking about, it might be an animated show on Netflix.
Right.
Kevin Smith is helming. That sounds right to me. That sounds right.
All right, you ready for this 3-minute sketch, sirs?
Just about.
Who do we have?
We have Mad Hunter, Murdoch.
We haven't picked yet.
No, we haven't picked yet. I'm gonna get GL if he's doing the chat to pull a number in 2 seconds.
Cool.
Go ahead. I think I'm at a good pause spot here.
Yeah. Got something I think I'm halfway satisfied with for now.
So Chola dibs that on you?
I don't think Courtney's in the chat, but she does.
Chola. So who was supposed to pick? Chola? I mean, I know Courtney normally picks.
Green. Courtney usually picks, but I'll let Green Natural do it this time.
Okay.
All right. Let's hear it, GL. You get to pick the number. Yeah. If I kind of was half in and half out, I heard that I don't know if it was a joke or not, but if Chola was dibsing that Shira,
she dibsed it.
That's perfectly cool.
Yes.
Okay. So this is her stand?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Don't worry, good sir.
I know what's up.
Yeah, well.
Matt Smith is coming together. Let me set him aside to dry. There's Matt Smith, Doctor Who Basics. And let me grab my card. Unfortunately, they're just a little too big to send as postcards. But my new ones I ordered, we should be fine. And just get my phone ready because we all know I'm going to need to get a reference.
Yeah, let me get my paper.
Y'all like to pick crazy things.
So what we drawing?
We don't know yet.
Oh, no one's picked yet. Okay.
GLHG, we're waiting on your number.
It's still there.
Oh my gosh! While we're waiting on GL to give us that number.
So it's from numbers 1 to 8.
I got to put this on the board from Beatty. Why won't it go? There it goes.
I said 1 to 8, not 10.
Well, what I do
Okay. So
you can loop back around. Sometimes when people give me a number that's more than a half, I just count them back and then loop back around.
Okay, well, if that's the case, you'll be drawing Medusa tonight.
Okay.
Oh wait, he changed it to 7.
Okay, so what's 7?
You really want to know?
Mr.
Yeah.
T.
It's Galactus, isn't it?
Yes.
Who's 7?
Galactus.
Oh,
You get 3 minutes of Galactus, just what you get. 3 minutes of Galactus. I'm going to pull up Galactus reference. At least this one will finally come off the list. We can stop having the specter of it hanging over it.
No
I'll
one
be
is
back. They'll ask for it every week, won't they? All right, let's see. Here.
It's official. No one's allowed to put Galactus after this.
Let's see. You know what? I've decided to draw Galactus from the Fantastic Four movie when he was just a cloud floating around.
Yeah, I mean, is it even a simple picture of him? I can't even find a simple reference.
I know. Finding a simple reference is what I'm working on.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one. And it's going to become simple. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm leaning. I'm like, okay.
Actually, John put the alien in the list this week, and I was actually interested to see how that would look.
She's working against us, man. Your own wife is working against us.
It appears so, doesn't it?
You realize this, don't you?
Oh, it appears so.
I tried to push the envelope.
Yeah.
They're postcards. They don't have envelopes.
There you go. That's a good one.
Go on.
All right. So we're going to do 3 minutes of Galactus, apparently. I'll point out to all of our viewers, this is not a competition between me and Mark. This is something fun to do for you. Everybody got caught up in declaring winners last time, and not enough of you declared me a winner, so I'm going to put that out there.
I tell you, we should start making everybody partake.
That's right. You can only declare a winner if you also do it and share your.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we all know that Mark's the man. We're doing this for fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to do 3 minutes of Galactus. Whose suggestion was this?
Let's see.
Who did this to us? Was it Rodline, wasn't it? It feels like this is a Rodline to me.
That could be a possibility.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, my friend, but I'm going to work on a kind of a headshot.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's going to be like
it's
gonna be like an upper shot, believe you me.
Rodline put a face in the chat that makes him look guilty. That's all I know.
It is Rodline.
Mm-hmm.
You are guilty, sir.
Guilty as charged. All right. Are you set, my friend?
All set.
All right. Let's all watch. It's not a competition, but if it was, we'll watch Mark be amazing, and I'll try to keep up. It's sad state of affairs for the guy who invented the 3 minute sketch, but this is my life now.
Hey, mate, it's all yours.
So here we go.
All yours.
And 3 and 2, and I'm flipping my timer, and here we go.
Here we go. Okay. Let me see if we got it. Galactus, huh?
Got a little Pigeon John's top it off. Joe November's beat we're listening to as we do these 3 minutes for you. If you like what you hear, go to SoundCloud and check out Joe November's page. You won't regret it. He's a talented chap. That's right. I'm doing plugs and 3 minute sketches at the same time, everybody.
Now you're talking.
All right. So he's kind of the lower third of this thing is his face. So I shouldn't say that. I'm giving away secrets to Mark. Mark's like, yes, the lower third. Good.
Hey, mate, if this guy, I don't think anything's going to make a difference. I look like I'm doing Bart Simpson.
Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you?
That's what it looks like.
Let's see. He actually has that go. He's got sort of that Captain America over the nose. All right, Rodline's officially on the list now. His commission craziness.
Barter account is asking if Mark's drawing from memory.
No way.
No, sir. Reference.
I would love to say yes.
I would
no.
love to. There's about maybe a dozen of these that I could do from memory.
I ain't not too good at any of them from memory, to be honest with you.
Just because I've done them so many times at convention.
I have to look at reference from pretty much all of them.
You know I do. You know, at least it's comic book stuff, though, because like I said, when I do this at cons, it's always like I'm always like, all right, kid, what do you want? You know?
Yeah.
The kid's like, can you do Ryu Rishi Bujutsu Kai? And I'm like, what
Who's that?
the hell is that?
Exactly.
Now the question is, why in the world did Jack Kirby do this to himself?
Hey, but that guy, I'm telling you.
Why?
And it was
Why?
very technical how he drew him, wasn't it?
Why would he do this to himself?
It's just like,
You don't get. I like how I just, you don't really learn a character until you draw him. And I'm learning that Galactus has like a little bill on his hat, like a tiny little baseball cap bill sticks out.
does he? I don't know what version you're drawing. I can't see anything. I think I'm on a bad picture.
Oh, this is crazy. Whose idea? Rod line. Never mind. I know the answer to that.
GL's telling Chola to get a Twitter so he could pester her. You're funny.
It's almost worth it to get pestered by GL. Almost. I'll say that. Nah, GL's a good dude.
Yeah.
Always got nice positive things to say about everything. I
Yep.
dig that.
Good support, you know.
John's like, it's been 3 minutes, right?
Actually, it has just about. I'm watching the last grains of sand come out, and I don't even have the stupid little antenna things drawn yet. Yeah, it does look like I'm at about 3 minutes. And I don't even have his antenna things yet. Goodness gracious.
So we done?
Yeah, we're done. I'm just doing that thing I do where I try to throw in a couple of things at the end.
Yeah.
Throw in a couple of lines.
I don't know anything about my character. You know, that's another person I never ever tried to before.
3 minutes. So this is as far as I got. I gotta play with it. I have to do more. I have to.
The villain of facts.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Hey guys, Rodline, why you do this to us, man?
Mark's Galactus says hi. Here you go, sir.
Oh boy. What fun it is.
I tell you, I do. As much as this is like a torturous thing sometimes,
it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is fun. All right, what should my Galactus say? I got it.
See, I'm the winner.
You are the winner, as always.
That's what you're one supposed to say.
I don't know if you can read my bad handwriting. I'm not a letterer, but it says "Curse you, Rodline."
Yep.
That's
Oh, can I see yours again? I was so focused on messing with my stupid Galactus one that I didn't see your. Oh, it's gorgeous as usual.
It's yeah, you say so. Thanks.
As usual. Curse you, Rodline.
Just take the compliment.
We got BN Peeler in the house.
Did feel
Hello.
Everyone
Norman.
guys.
Good stuff. Thanks for the support, as always.
And I know you guys see me like cheating now every week and adding lines well after the 3 minutes, but I also want to point out that this is something that I will also do when we do these for reels as fundraisers. Once 3 minutes up, I'm going to solid up the lines for you.
Yeah.
What you get, and you don't have to,
that's
Mark.
what I would.
Mark, you always get farther than I do. I need to solid up some stuff just to make it look decent. So when you do get the postcard in the mail,
Yeah, but
you'll
once
like it.
I can't help but to go carry on a bit more once if someone actually gets it, you know.
Yeah, I'm the kind of same way. Once the timer's out, it's so funny because kids at cons, they love the timer, right? Because they're like, "Your time's up," and I'm like, "I'm trying to do you a favor, kid."
Yeah, exactly. They don't care. They just want to see you there sweating.
I know they love.
That's
it.
what they want to see.
I think our audience is kind of the same way.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
think they like to watch us sweat.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh no, Rodline's been cursed. Oh, GL, come on now.
Optimus Prime.
Oh man.
Actually, Transformers was one of my favorites as a child. Now that you've mentioned it,
Oh, I like
Bumblebee is my favorite.
generally, and that's a good pick, by the way. Bumblebee.
Thank you.
Generally, if you're an 80s kid, you're kind of either or. You're either a Joe kid or a Transformers kid.
Yeah.
And not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, I love Transformers, but like, you're a kid on a budget. You got to make that hard decision,
Yeah.
And I went Joe just because you could get the figures for $3.
Yeah. And it's funny you should say that because I was just thinking as like even with the Transformers, like I remember parents never being able to afford, this. The Transformers were pretty pricey.
They were more expensive, yeah.
Yeah, they was because of the and technicality of it.
They were cool.
Yeah,
They were cool, no doubt. Like I wished I had Trans.
Yeah,
I ended
exactly.
up with, again, I had 3, but they were all acquired via secondhand. I think I found them at a yard sale when I was a kid. I was yard selling even back then, folks.
Well, there you go, Destin.
I want to have the Transformers that they had in the movie. Can I just get that one that they had in the movie?
Well, they have similar ones now. The
actual one from the movie.
You want a robot that turns into a car? I got you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'll tell you what, though. You said you liked Bumblebee. I actually quite liked the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah. I mean, it had nothing to do with the other ones, but it was cool.
Right. But like, especially, I liked the whole movie overall, but especially those scenes on Cybertron at the beginning.
Yes.
I was blown away with how good those look.
It's almost like the original first one should have started with that.
Yes.
That's what, but I guess.
Is that when he lost his voice box?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember if they shared all that. I'm going to watch it again tonight.
Yeah, he got blasted.
Thanks a lot, Jarrod.
You're welcome.
Gave my feature presentation for this evening. Because I've just been going back watching I watched RoboCop the other night, and boy, did I enjoy that.
Good for you. The original?
The original RoboCop.
Oh, yeah. I love that movie. Like
that one, that's underrated there,
Wait.
And I think it's sad because of the technology they had to work with, but they still did an excellent job.
Oh God, it was good. Yeah.
But RoboCop was underrated, maybe, and I still enjoyed it just as much.
I remember when it came out in, I think it was 87.
Oh boy, that was like, I couldn't wait to see it.
I was a lad of 11 or 12. I was probably 12 because I lived in Germany. It took longer for movies to get to us.
Right.
And the big thing about RoboCop, the buzz was how violent it was.
Oh boy.
And so my parents were like, "You're not going to see RoboCop." And I was like, "No, it's RoboCop." So I remember going to the Stars and Stripes bookstore, which is the American bookstore there on the base, and I got the novel. They used to release the novel versions.
Right.
So I got the novel of RoboCop and read it cover to cover so that I could have the RoboCop experience because I wasn't allowed to go to the movies.
Yeah.
And then my parents were so kind of impressed that I just was like, reading. They wanted to encourage that. They were like, you know what? You read it cover to cover. You can see it. Now,
you earned yourself a movie.
I think I did.
You earned it.
In retrospect, now that I'm a parent, I also think kind of what was going on there was they probably had time to see it themselves.
Right.
And they realized that, it really is just violence. It's not like I don't remember any nudity or very little and not a lot of sex.
Yeah, it didn't have much of that.
And so
it is pretty violent. I must say.
Very violent.
Yeah, because I had forgotten about the first scene and he debuted his robot and just blew that guy to pieces. Like in the
the
F209. I had forgotten about all that, right? And I said, "Oh yeah." But even when they killed the guy that became RoboCop, right?
Yes, they blew him.
That was pretty gruesome.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah, that was pretty gruesome. I mean, it's like, man.
So John's making fun of your ruler there, Jarrod. What type of ruler?
He's making fun of my ruler?
I don't know.
Man.
What kind of ruler is that, Jarrod?
It's a hurtful man. All right. Well, let me tell the truth. Just like 90% of all my art supplies, guess where I got it?
Yard sale.
You got that right.
What's for dinner?
Johanna made chicken with peas and rice. I told her no thanks on the rice because I've been doing good, losing weight, and
right.
I gotta stay away from those carbs if I'm going to be successful.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to brag for a minute, man. I started back in January at 266, and I'm at 247 now.
Nice.
Wow, that's
Pretty
good
happy.
job.
Thank you. Very happy.
Well, you could have
congratulations.
basmati rice, which is a lot better for you.
Tell me about this. What is it?
Basmati rice.
How do you spell that?
It releases sugar into your stream a lot slower.
basmati.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
Indian style rice, I think. Is it Indian style rice?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a pasta company called Dreamfields that does that with pasta. It's a slower release, and they're actually pretty good. But I've noticed that even when I try those, safer ones, they do better for my blood sugar because I do monitor it. But
Right.
I still
You have to be careful.
Yeah.
my weight.
Yeah.
It's like my body finds a carb, and it's like I'm never letting it go. It's mine forever.
Yep. Should have never ate it.
You gotta add more greens into your diet.
You shut up. I'm sorry. I overreact. I'm sorry. I actually like peas a lot, but they're kind of carb heavy. I like green beans. That's probably my best vegetable because they're not carb heavy, and I like them a lot.
I'll eat green beans all day long.
Oh, me and you both. All right, so let's get a topic going in the chat.
So
Green beans. Do you like them frozen or canned? What's your call there? Frozen or canned on the green beans?
I could do both actually.
I'm very much a canned guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I could just eat them just can after can.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do both. I like snow peas too. You can eat them raw. They're sweet.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, raw vegetables are good for you.
What are those ones I get that I really like? I don't know why I'd ask you how you would know what I really like, but was it snow peas?
Yes.
There's a Japanese name for it. Edamame. Edamame is another thing I get that I like. I haven't had edamame in a little while.
See, when I
Never heard
travel
of that.
to the States, I like to go to the Whole Foods because, wow, that's a lot of vegetables and fruit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like when I have to travel with my mom.
And it's a lot cheaper
Yep.
than
That's
all
the
stuff here.
first, one of the first places that Mom, can we go? And I get like a big thing of strawberries. I go nuts.
Oh, I gotta answer some things in the chat. Cauliflower rice, if you can't do it, man. I am so anti-cauliflower, it hurts. I agree with you guys. Fresh green beans are okay too. I don't mind fresh green beans at all. And then Lloyd said, eat more rabbit food, Jarrod, lots of greens. And to that I say, mind your own business, Lloyd.
Spinach.
Lloyd knows, but I joke. I'm just joking, Lloyd. But
Yeah,
you know how I feel about them rabbit foods.
Yeah, try to add spinach because spinach has a lot of nutrients. Like stuff like
mind
romaine lettuce is full of water,
I
so
don't
you
mind.
get like water retention.
I also like to just grab a fresh head of cabbage and then fry it up. I love fried cabbage.
Oh, I've been enjoying bok choy lately.
Bok choy, that's just fun to say.
Rod is saying I eat all 4 food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corn, syrup.
And syrup, yeah. I knew where that was going to end.
Now you're talking.
Elf. Candy. Oh.
There you go.
I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Rod was actually saying that Peter Weller, the RoboCop,
That's right, Peter Bella. That was
he was a college history teacher
Mhm.
after he was semi-retired from acting. That's a cool fact.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who teaches history in middle school, and he was telling me that he's like some of the videos that he shows in his history class are featuring Peter Weller. He does like like shows for the History Channel type of a deal.
Nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's something I did not know.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Man, Peter Weller was the man. What a great casting. He was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. What a great. You got me all fired up about RoboCop. I love RoboCop.
Yeah.
Like when people ask me, because I'm a big movies guy, they're like, what is the quintessential 80s movie? I'm always like, well, probably RoboCop.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, can you?
Definitely.
Although when forced to pick my favorite 80s movie, I go Ghostbusters 1984.
Yeah.
That
And
movie is so good.
The thing is, once you start thinking of movies, it's like so many of them are.
Yes.
I mean, you pick RoboCop, and they say, wait a minute, how about Ghostbusters? How about this? And
You know, it's funny because there's a lot of movies I used to watch with my brother, and some of them I can't remember.
yeah, that's it.
But it's like my favorite movies I remember as a child. But for the life of me, I can't remember.
Until it pops up somewhere.
I know one of them was about like going to a camp. These kids were at a camp and they were hiding this little alien.
You're talking about, was it the summer thing? The summer movie?
Yeah, it was
a summer day camp, right? Wasn't it a summer day camp?
Yeah, it was a summer camp.
No, not Meatball. Was it Meatballs?
I don't remember them having an alien. Meatball.
Meatballs.
Somebody help her out in the chat. I'm trying to think of this one too. Hiding an alien at summer camp. Because I remember
get into trouble.
Alien
John
movies,
Bates.
of course, there's E.T., Mac and Me.
E.T.
No, not E.T.
That's the only one I remember like that. But they were in the camp, were they?
GL says that Mark's got me humming the song of the RoboCop theme.
There you go. Yeah, it's gonna be a toss up now.
Everyone's saying it's meatballs.
Yeah, I think it's Meatballs you're thinking of. Yeah.
There's an alien meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think that's why I liked it because it was a funny little alien.
I don't remember that at all.
Abs. Didn't he eat Nipkin abs or something stupid like that? It was some word that's some weird thing they thought. I remember that saying from the movie.
John Beatty's favorite vegetable is Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
I actually tried Brussels sprouts for the first time a couple of months ago, and I liked it. I was shocked.
I'm a spinach person myself.
But I could do Brussels sprouts. My wife puts a little oil and I think salt and pepper on them or something, and she puts them in the oven and bakes them for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say because
good.
What's the other thing that we put in make the chips out of? Kale chips.
Yes, I need to try that.
That's a pretty good one too.
I've been making those cheese chips where you take shredded cheese and you bake it in the oven, just let it melt down and to where it's a little crispy, about 10 minutes in the oven. And so you got this crispy chip, and it's completely made of cheese, which has high protein, low carb.
Nice. Sounds good.
Bien Peeler says that it was Meatballs 2.
Okay.
The bad sequel.
Okay, that would explain why I'm I don't remember an alien and meatballs, but I've never seen part 2. So
I don't remember
you go.
First one, no.
There you go.
I'm trying to remember.
John says real butter, salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic.
I'm
going to try that, John.
What is that, John? John's on.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, he and I were talking about just the other day. I think he said his wife does them up good the way he likes them. He said he would eat Brussels sprouts all day.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Beatty. Looks like I'm eating.
That's right.
Brussels sprouts.
It's good.
Welcome to recipe episode.
Yeah. Hey, man, you get everything here on a Tuesday.
That's right. We'll cut you. We don't cut you in the shortness. We give you the good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't mind cooking. I got my children to help me.
We don't judge her, mate.
That's right.
Especially my oldest. He likes to cook, so he eases me up.
Oh, I caught so much hell on Twitter. I probably shouldn't bring this up because y'all are I'm gonna catch hell again here. I cooked in my kitchen chitlins.
I saw that.
Chitlins.
How did they come out?
You know what? Surprisingly, the taste of them was good. I like the taste. Right. The smell when you cooking it, I don't.
Yeah,
like
the smell is not so good. I never made them personally, but I remember when I started my first job, I worked with a bunch of older guys, and they was making that one day, and it was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And all they did was drink alcohol. So, that was like the favorite
you
meal.
have to be drunk to enjoy chitlins. I think that's a thing. I would say at the end of the day, I didn't like them enough. Like the time to prepare and the smell and all that, not worth the effort. But I also don't regret that I tried it. It's all about trying. And like I said, the flavor, I was like, okay, they don't was based off the smell. I was like, I'm gonna hate this.
Right.
But I didn't. The flavor was not bad, but I was just like, not worth the effort.
So I mean, with pork, I mean, it's hard to really go wrong. And it's like bacon. Bacon's just delicious,
Yeah, that right.
You know what I mean?
Effort.
That's the
Ron's
problem.
in the house. He's adding a recipe for the Brussels sprouts, sautéed with some pancetta, garlic, olive oil, crushed peppers, sea salt with a dash of sriracha
Nice.
at the end.
He's having a.
I love the sriracha part.
I was gonna say you got me with that.
Did John seem really excited when Ron came in the chat? He probably did.
Hiya, son. Yep.
Mind your business, Hyper Potato. Actually, that She-Ra you currently see that's gorgeous that Mark's working on has been dibsed
By Chola.
by Chola. Didn't she say something like she had to dibs it before?
Yes, before
Yeah.
Cass the chat. That was funny. And
Gotta
souped
get
it up.
on that before the cash shows up, right?
Chaos has no mercy.
That's right.
Every man for himself.
Kaz is the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaz put another commission on my radar that I'll have to address in a upcoming episode. Add his to the pile.
Yep.
Kind of looking forward to it if I can get it to come out right.
Yeah. That's always the problem, huh?
Yeah, it's a fun little derivative.
Yeah.
I'll reveal more on a future episode.
Yeah. I guess it's all part of the fun challenge. They may mess it up, just do it again.
Hyper Potato is saying, Legend John Beatty reminded me of a painful memory he ditching me at Soul Food.
He didn't ditch you. He was there. I saw John Beatty at Soul Food. He didn't ditch you. Was it Kirk? Weren't you like terribly late to that? You can't blame John Beatty if you came late. Look at me. I see. Notice how I stick up for you, John. That should gain me credit points in the well, I was gonna say in the run for best son, but I think that race has been decided.
Yeah.
Brownie points.
Yeah. Note for the record, I stood up for you.
He says, I believe you, Ron.
All right, base flesh tone down. Time for some shaded flesh tone. My favorite. You know how I love to color.
Yeah, that's looking really cool.
Thank you. Very nice of you to say. Of course, that She-Ra is amazing.
I know.
As always.
That's going to look really nice in the frame. So what's your background color? If any.
On this one?
Yeah.
Blue, because the Doctor Who symbol is
Right, the top right.
should I grab my color wheel? Probably should.
It's
Don't want to disappoint the man. And the good news is that brown is across from blue here. So, because he wears a brown jacket.
Right.
And the Doctor Who symbol I put behind him is typically done in blue. So I think that'll play well.
right, because it's like a telephone booth, right?
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, I like those London style telephone booths. I don't know why.
There's a place that I've been to a couple of times here in the States, in Kentucky. And the name of the city is London.
Oh.
So, yeah.
And the cool thing about London, Kentucky is there are a bunch of those phone booths. They imported the British phone booths.
Chola says they're police boxes.
Police call boxes. That's right. That's
Yeah.
the correct term if you're a who head, which is a term I just invented. So, it sounds
You're
cool.
a
Who head.
A Londoner, a Britisher.
You dig that, Doctor Who.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I actually saw this really cool. Well, here they're considered telephone booths. Where they turned it into a little library. If you've ever heard of it, it's basically little boxes where you can get books to read and you like exchange it for books
Mm-hmm.
to read.
Mm-hmm.
They literally turned this whole telephone booth into one of those. It's the coolest thing.
Very cool.
It's a very creative way to like repurpose it because
Yeah.
when was the last time you saw an actual payphone?
Right. Yeah, we were talking about that last night. We were watching the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Oh yeah. I saw that. That's pretty
I
cool,
like
huh?
that,
That
yeah.
was a good movie. I really
I
liked
thought
it.
that you was watching, right? I think I was talking to you about it before, and I said it was a sleeper, you know?
Yeah, I really liked it. And I think there was a point where they actually found a payphone in that movie.
Yeah.
Used it. I was like, nice. I had to
And I
explain to my son what he was looking at.
Yeah, yeah.
Payphone, son.
But Jim Carrey is hilarious, me.
Oh, he was in.
He
He
was-
reminded me of Jim Carrey from the '90s. You know,
Yep,
very
exactly.
Ventura, in all the right ways. Very fun.
Yep.
He's always been funny.
Yeah, but it's like they gave him his little reign, like to just say, "Go ahead, Jim, do what you got to do."
Do what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah. They set him free. Yeah.
Good flick. Very
That
enjoyable.
was a good one. I mean, I was gonna watch it anyway, but it actually surprised me. And I'm glad they fixed Sonic's face because you remember what he
Oh yeah, the redesign.
yeah,
It was a good. I showed that to my wife when it was over. I was like, you might not remember the controversy, but there was a little redesign controversy. And normally I'm like the kind of guy who doesn't really care about stuff like that. But when I
Yeah.
looked at it, I was like, yeah, they made the right call.
they did. I mean, because he looked. I mean, they had to fix him. I mean, to be honest.
Kind of like, the more I look at it, I was like, he looks too much like a boy, like a human boy.
Right, and that's not what he's supposed to look like.
But I love their use of sound effects that they
Yeah,
would
and
see from the game.
And the CGI was good, weren't it?
Oh yeah.
Like the CGI, man, I give it to him. The CGI was good. It was up to
No
standard.
complaints. Yeah.
It looked realistic, you know.
I ran out, John. I had Diet Dr. Pepper cream soda, that new flavor they came out with. Very good. That was my treat today. That's my life, people. That's my treat. Does anybody feel sad for me yet?
I actually like Dr. Peppers. They taste nice.
I love Diet Dr. Pepper. And so they came out with a new one, cream soda, Diet Dr. Pepper cream soda.
So yeah,
And I tried it and I liked it.
I love cream soda, so I like it, and I've been having. I'll take your word for it, Jarrod.
Take my word. Trust me.
I'll be interested to see how long Bermuda takes to get that in.
Yeah.
Have you guys got Tab yet?
yeah. Do they still make
Tab,
it?
it's on its way.
That's something I haven't seen for years. Tab.
Tab. That's right.
Ron says he's more of a fan of a Bill and Ted's style
Oh,
booth.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's pretty cool.
We
What you
just
talking
talking about that movie.
What I miss?
The Bill and Ted style phone booth.
Oh, the phone booth. Right. No, I got you now. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Yep. Let's see. All right.
I've never heard of Tab. What type of drink is that?
Oh, it was big in the 80s.
Yeah, Tab. I don't even think they still make it, do they?
No, well, Hyper Potatoes is saying that they still have 12 packs.
Oh, a Tab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can occasionally still find Tab around. True story.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I have seen it here. But we had it here, obviously.
What is it? A soda?
Yeah, it's a soda. It's like a cola type of thing. What was the flavor anyway? Was it like a cola? It was like a cola, right?
Just a cola, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Because I didn't drink much of it. I used to like the fruity sodas when I was young.
Have a potato saying that is one of the earliest diet sodas.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good old Tab. Old Tab.
Yeah. Then we go back and just showed on me.
John's saying, what a horrible name. Tab.
Oh, poor
It's like
Tab.
when you go to a bar and wanting a tab.
That was a joke. Wasn't that a joke in Back to the Future? When didn't he go to that bar and ask for a tab, and they're like, "You haven't even ordered anything yet."
That's funny.
That's right.
Yes. So yeah, our 90-minute show is now at 95 minutes. But I'm getting, it's one of those things where I think I'm too close to stop now. You guys can bail whenever you want. I know it's later in Bermuda. Let's see. Uh-oh, we've got a frozen Markhand. That's never good. But usually it takes just a bit of a reboot on their end, and they're back in the game. Oh no! Hey, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, I'm mute. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure what happened there. I think the internet either dropped or something strange. But yeah, we're back.
I'm always amazed at how far we get, with the transatlantic cable and all that jazz.
Yeah, exactly.
Like StreamYard does pretty good.
But I always say that there's a lot we take for granted. When you look at technology and what it really is.
Yeah.
To think that we can sit here and do this on Tuesday evenings.
Yep.
Pretty amazing.
That two guys who've never met face to face.
Exactly.
Collaborate on things, and spend their Tuesday evenings together.
Together, yeah, exactly. And now we met. Oh. Yeah, it's all in good fun.
Absolutely. So, like you said, like you always remind us, these Tuesdays, man, they come fast.
Yeah.
I swear, it's like I look up and I'm like, man, better figure out what I'm gonna draw.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday right around the corner.
What's your candy of choice as a child?
Candy of choice.
Candy. Ow. Probably the same one as an adult.
Yeah, there you go.
I like, although I don't get to eat them anymore, I do like M&M's a whole lot.
M&M's, nice.
Yeah, that's definitely a classic. Barnard Count says now or later is grape
Oh
flavor.
boy, he took
That is definitely up there.
I'm gonna have to give the bubblegum balls. The old-fashioned ones, because they were soft. Nowadays they make them. Those things are like chewing a piece of tire. But when we was young, they was nice bubblegum. I used to, oh boy, the minute we got extra money with bubblegum balls.
Does anyone remember the Kabluis?
Kabluis, yes.
That sounds familiar, yeah.
I can't, yeah, I remember.
I used
What
to
does
like.
this sword look? I can't remember what this He-Man sword looks like. Oh. Okay, I got it wrong here.
And then they have John Beatty says Almond Joy.
Oh,
Those
my
are
God.
delicious.
So he went Almond Joy instead of the Mounds.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this.
I remember that was, the company released Almond Joy and Mounds. Basically, it was like with or without almonds.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing what a selling point that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I still remember the commercials.
Almond Joy's got nuts.
Yeah, that's right. And Mounds don't. That's right.
Choda says Reese's. Oh, my kind of girl.
Reese's is so good. Yeah.
Reese's is up there on my list.
I'm definitely a chocolate-based candy kind of guy.
Yeah, I could go for. It just depends what type of mood I'm in.
BN Peeler says sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't.
There you go.
There it is. Nice one, Norman.
A frozen O. Henry, Lloyd says. Yuck.
Who says yuck?
Lloyd.
I wasn't a big O. Henry fan either, I must say.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever tried an O. Henry. I mean, I know.
I like too much candy to have a favorite.
No, I didn't like.
Let me think.
I
And I'll
like
narrow it down. Oh, you know what I like? It's not from my childhood, but I like the high chews.
I don't know what those are.
God bless you.
It's
Yep.
it has like it's like the Nowalators, but they're not
Oops, I'm going
as
off camera here.
tardy, I guess.
Right.
It has like a mild fruity flavor to it. It's like a Japanese candy.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking
The high
about.
chews.
They're actually pretty
I
good.
love those. Fun dip and jelly. Jolly Ranchers.
Oh,
Hyper potato.
Yeah, Jolly Rancher. Yeah.
Dark chocolate.
I do gotta say, growing up in Germany, Haribo, you would know them most from their gummy bears.
Yeah, Haribo. Yeah.
They make a gummy pineapple candy.
Ooh,
Whew, I could eat it all day.
that's really good.
Why can't candy be good for you, huh?
I know, right?
Well, who said it has to be bad for you?
Do you not have that brand up there, Jarrett?
Which one?
The gummy bear one.
The Haribo you can find occasionally.
I never heard of a pineapple one day.
Yeah, they're hard to find, and a lot of times you have to get it in what they call the Haribo fruit salad mix because they mix their gummy
Oh, right.
pears and their gummy pineapple and
Right,
their
they just
gummy
have to buy the
cherries.
little
Yeah, because we have that brand here in Bermuda.
Yeah, but I never seen pineapple, to be
Yeah,
honest.
pineapple's the harder to spot one, hard to
Right.
find.
Chola says the Haribo cherries are good.
Yes.
Yep.
You love most things that Haribo does.
John saying that he doesn't think that Hershey's makes their bittersweet chocolate anymore. Oh, I didn't realize that.
It probably wasn't a popular thing, see?
Green Lantern says nerds for him. Yep,
Nerds.
I gotta agree with you on that, sir. Man, I can't get to candy.
Classic candy, the nerd.
So addictive. That's the thing about it.
Hey, Jarrett, Chola's gonna keep an eye out for the pineapples for you there.
Nah, that's my girl. You'll read about it in the paper when you find my dead body and just like pounds of grapefruit.
Smell like pineapple.
It'd be like Chola's gonna get indicted for murder, and it's gonna be a whole.
Yep, that wouldn't be good.
He'll have a smile on his face.
That's right. Die happy.
Well, then y'all say, oh, this smelling of pineapple.
With a gummy in his mouth and a whole bunch in his hand.
I could think of worse ways to go.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Yeah, I think I already decided when I'm just done with life, I'm gonna just spaghetti. I'm just gonna eat giant bowls of spaghetti until it's all over.
Yeah. Let's call it a day.
Chola says she's gonna feed the country.
I love it.
The Mastodon's in the chat. Hello, sir.
Hey,
Hello, Mastodon.
nice of you to join us.
Yep, indeed. I'm looking forward to dropping this off with the client tomorrow.
Good stuff. I guess I'm inking this one then, right? Is this for Chola?
Yeah.
This
I guess
Chola
that's up to
can
Chola.
ink.
Hey,
Ask Chola if she wants it inked.
Chola, do you want your piece to be penciled as it is, or do you want Mark to ink it for you before he sends it?
Because Jarrod's stuff I just pencil because he does the inking very well himself.
Well, I don't know about very well, but I appreciate it.
So,
I appreciate the faith you have in.
Yeah, believe me, inking's not the easiest thing to do. I'll tell you that. I don't care if you're inking on top of somebody's work or not.
Chola says you can decide.
Man.
What's the budgetary difference? Maybe you should let that decide.
Yeah, that's right. I think pencils is 30, inks is 40. Plus shipping. Whatever that turns out to be, because the post office seems like they just keep having different rates.
They make it up every day.
Every time I go, it's like I'm hearing something different. Say, but yeah, so shipping mostly not too bad. Won't be no more than 20, that's for sure. Depends on how clean I get the pencils. Because I can make a mess when I'm ready. Believe you me.
And that's a 9x12, Chola.
Oof,
Yeah,
that's gorgeous, Mark.
Yeah,
gorgeous. Thanks. I know that the Duchess is just off screen doing the pose for you.
Yeah,
I'm pulling that out.
You know that.
You're a lucky man.
The problem is trying to think of another pose now for the next one.
Oh, I don't think the client would mind if you reuse that pose.
Cool. I will take your word for it, sir.
That's like my book page sketches. I have, I lay those out on sheet paper before I transfer them to the book pages. And so I keep the layouts because a lot of characters, are popular, so I can crank them out faster.
And I don't blame you.
I do. And then
because I saw you just done which one did you just do? I think it was the Batman one. Didn't you just do another one of this?
Probably.
Well, yeah, I seen a post and I was saying about,
Yeah, Batman. I did a Spidey one.
Oh, right, okay.
Just yesterday, the day before. But yeah, sometimes it's good to just do a little folder and save off your stuff. It can help you later. But that's the secret, everyone. That's why I'm able to not charge much for those book page sketches. Is generally once I get one done, somebody or something new.
Yeah, and I can't
save off the layout page.
Yeah, Chola, I'll find out for you what the rates are between the German and US address.
That's interesting.
Bounce us an email.
Yeah.
And Chola's asking if she jumped Jarrod.
Oh, we'll never tell. We'll never tell. No, I'm glad that you dibs that. I really am.
Yeah, me too.
Let me just back up here and look out in the hallway. Okay, good. Sometimes my family watches the live stream. But they're not watching right now. So no, that's no problem at all. My wife has her offices all original She-Ra pieces that I've gotten her over the years.
Nice.
And I'm like, there's no Mark Hatherley in this office, so
I will be honored.
But worry not, Chola. It's a Christmas thing, so
yeah. Oh yeah, it's plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Just that I try to get on things. It's like sometimes I tend to take long breaks in between. Let's just put it that way. I figured if I get started now.
Yeah. I understand. John in the chat says you're one of those original oil painting studios who have one guy that paints the same picture 1,000 times. Talking about my book page sketches. I will say this: in the world of Harry Potter, that's absolutely correct. I have drawn that same Harry Potter. I don't know how many times.
But people want it, though, don't they?
People want it, yeah. In fact, I've actually got motivated. Someone ordered a Harry Potter just this week on the list, and I'm like, you know what? I might just go ahead and get a new reference and do another because I've drawn that Harry Potter so many times.
Right, pal.
We'll see if I actually do that or not.
I was gonna say, if it ain't broken, you know what they say, if it's not broke.
I know.
Don't fix it.
Dangerous times to get experimental. You got a good thing going. Yeah, I kind of am that way. It's definitely a churn them out. I don't know if Pat Sampson's still in the chat. Probably not. He probably had to go, but he knows. He's seen me at cons. Like at Heroes Con last year, I actually brought some extra pages or pre-torn out, you know?
Right.
And that was a good thing I did because I sold a bunch of my book pages on day one.
Nice.
And so that night when we were back at Delvin's house, he saw me just sitting there cranking them out. I was like, gotta get these out for tomorrow. Gotta have product, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, because you don't want the demand to hit. You can't just always think, oh, I'm never gonna get, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the demand hit you, and then actually you're not prepared for it.
Exactly. I like your business sense, sir.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us artist folk who don't think that way, and they don't realize if you don't have the product to move, you can't really complain if you didn't make any money. Be prepared. Work in advance.
No,
I don't do that a lot, though. Most of the time, I bring, a fair amount of sketches, and I don't usually bring.
Right.
But that time I did, and I think it might have been Pat's idea. Because I was just like, I don't want to lug all those books.
Right.
And Pat was like, why don't you just tear out some pages? I was like, that's a good idea.
Good thing I
out some more popular ones.
So Mastodon was inquiring. Well, first he said that his wife liked the Matt Smith.
Oh, good. Thank you.
She wants it. Be a commission. Yes, it is a commission.
It is, but I could put a commission list.
Yeah.
Don't act surprised when I use the same layout reference because I
And John's also asking if you're going to Heroes Con.
Tell John John can hear me. I'm already there, John. That's where I'm broadcasting from. Broadcasting live from Heroes Con. No, it's just so our listeners know, Heroes Con got kiboshed.
Yeah.
As I think, the wise John Beatty told me when this whole thing started that he figured they'd all get kiboshed this year, and I think he's right.
John knew, he just knew. I mean, hate to say it, but you kind of knew which way things were going on.
Who was it that was? Oh, it was Mastodon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mastodon, if you want to talk commissions of Matt Smith, I have no problem doing another one of these.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you can hit me up at Yard Sale Artist, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Send me a message. We'll work that out. No sweat. All right. So I've got the base brown down on the jacket. Now I need the dark brown. Creeping up on hour 2 of our 90-minute show.
Nice.
As we tend to do.
I need to find my little small eraser. Where it's going, I have no idea.
Well, at least it's not a pencil this week.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I know. This one.
And I know we're running a little late as we tend to do. So if your Bermudans need to go because of your time zone, that's, don't feel stuck here.
Yeah, it's just around. What time is it, like 9, huh? Yeah, we're just pushing on to 9. But like I said, you lose the time so fast once you get started.
It does go.
I normally forget about the time until we are reminded of it,
I know.
You realize, oh, man.
I glance up and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hey.
I'm going to say that San Diego's Comic-Con is going virtual.
Virtual? Hey, we have to go then.
And they have to $100.
For once, I can go.
I'm interested in that whole virtual thing because this con I was going to do in Tallahassee this month sent us, all of us con goers, a thing saying that if we want our spots reserved for
right
for next year, they stay and they're going to do a virtual thing. And I've heard of these virtual cons, but I haven't done one, so I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm curious as to how it will work out.
That would be very good for you.
Exactly.
Very good for you. Excellent
Be
exposure.
perfect thing, right? Exactly.
You're such a good artist, and more people need to see your stuff.
Well, that'll be a good thing.
Well, actually, now I need to keep you for myself. So,
Yeah.
Green Lantern said he'll be waiting for you, Mark.
Nice.
just like Richard Marx, man, he's right there waiting for you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Don't do anything more to that face, or do I just want to leave it?
Of course, you know the Doctor Who guy would have to have one of these lined, tiny little pinstripe jacket things. Couldn't just wear a regular brown.
Yeah, that having a normal jacket on.
So I'm doing a little.
I like how he's standing with his arms crossed.
Yeah, he looks cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Doing a dark umber over sienna brown. Create the illusions of these very, very intricate pinstripes he has on here.
Man, that looks really cool though.
Yeah. And you think about pinstripes, you know, no matter how you really draw them, as long as you just draw them halfway decent, you're good.
Well, that's my problem.
You
found the fly in my ointment here.
But it's like when you draw a Spider-Man, I mean, at first it's like, oh man, this stuff is like, and then before you know it, it all pulls itself together, you know? It sort of beats the eye, so to speak.
Yep. Not too upset with that. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
All right. Now for that blue Doctor Who logo, and I will put a pin in this one.
Surfing the wave of a regular hip-hop inheritance, yearning for a comfortable life, just and honest, staring out into the endless ocean with a thirst for knowledge. I see an opportunity, a sea of opportunity. I see the opportunity working like there was two. I'm lines of punchlines, business and ink is more than most think for hard work ain't new to me. Despite being told there was nothing here for me, talking, not spending enough time hearing me. Acting like telling me to be normal is helping me. The weirdo dog, ain't no telling who's accepting me, who's respecting me or has snake type tendencies. I'm focused on helping those with no
got a blue that I think I'm gonna like from my ink wells, but I always gotta test it on a scrap piece of paper first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Close my eyes and I see a big vision. Fools want a big break with style. I just slid and said I close my eyes and I see a big vision. Fools want a big break with style. I just slid in like a glove, the perfect fit. No rhyme, punchlines, style kicking. The beats what my heart does. Mine is the solar. It took me so long to come so far. So my sounds for me that I'm out. I'm getting my mama a house. Getting the parents trips to Ireland because they deserve it. I'm by my dad that Bentley. I'm putting on all my homies. I'm building myself an empire for the generation.
So we never did hear anything from 90s toys, did we? We've got an 80s audience, I think.
No.
Not much.
I think we're all 90s kids around here. 80s kids.
80s kids, yeah.
The 80s was the best.
Yeah.
I know I loved it.
I could vouch for that.
It's all quiet. I'm working in a tricky spot.
Yeah, you see?
Good. So we've done a lot of 80s tonight, man. We've talked RoboCop. We've talked toys, candies.
I think
Even a
that's
little TV show action.
I think that's a pretty good theme.
I love it. Top chart toppers in music of the 80s.
Yeah. So that's something I would have to look up. I would know these songs once I heard them, but I can't remember a lot of them. Once somebody says, "Oh, that was from the 80s," I said, "Oh, okay, cool. Sounds about right."
Well, I'm well on record as being one of the world's biggest Prince fans. So,
yeah, well, I like Prince as well.
That would definitely be an 80s thing for me.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, I like Prince. I mean, everybody likes Michael Jackson.
Like some MJ. Like Hall & Oates, actually.
Yes, remember Hall & Oates? Forgot all about them.
I went just a few years ago. I saw them in concert.
Nice.
My friend Delvin the Dark Web Williams.
Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates. So have you started back to work, Mark, or on your day?
Yeah, we're actually doing day on, day off.
Okay.
So I work a day from today was my day in the office, and tomorrow will be a day at home.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna do that, I guess, until further notice.
Gotcha. They did something like that around here at my former day job. They as I still have friends that work there, they were telling me they did a week on, week off.
Right. Yeah, it's no telling how much longer. I mean, things appear to be getting better as far as the COVID,
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully soon.
Hey, I like working from home. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but for you, it's beneficial. But most of your work's based where you can do it or anyway.
Jarrod, did you have a nickname in high school?
Not in high school. In the Air Force, that's a whole different story.
It seems like everybody, I've never been in the Air Force, but you have to, if you go in and out of the Air Force without a nickname, that means they didn't really like you.
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of it, you know what I mean?
We call it a call sign.
Yeah, exactly.
It has a call sign. And you're right, if you didn't have one.
Well, yeah, it just seems like one of those things,
Well.
So what was your nickname in high school?
Didn't have one in high school.
At all?
He just said it.
Oh.
No.
You know what else I want to see? Now that you reminded me, the new Top Gun movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember if we talked about that one or not yet, but
that's interesting.
Yeah, and the way they did everything, they done a lot of shots from the real fighter planes.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be very interesting.
They must be doing something right, because I'm one of those rare people. Brace yourselves for the information that's about to come across these airwaves. Not a big fan of Top Gun, like the first one.
Oh no?
No, not a big fan.
And because any particular reason, or just because?
I think it's because I grew up as a military kid,
right?
And so it's like it's
much
harder to suspend my disbelief.
Right. You saw the realism and everything.
Right. It was just like, let me just tell everybody out there, if you were in the military and you did what Maverick did, You would
You
not
would
get sent to Top Gun school. You would probably be kicked out of the military.
Probably would have got arrested, didn't it?
Yeah. I now when I kind of get over that and I watch it these days just to enjoy it,
Right.
definitely see its enjoyability. But going back to what you were talking about, the new one, like I said, they did something right because I'm not a huge Top Gun fan, but the way they did the previews and stuff, I was like, that was pretty cool.
Well, and that's right because when I saw the first trailer, I'm saying this looks very realistic, and then when I saw him doing a talk about the movie, he said obviously they was got people that can really withhold the G forces and whatnot,
and
they was taking them in real flying for a lot of the scenes. That's why it looks so realistic.
Well, that Tom Cruise, man, he's all about realism.
I mean, he wants to push the limits.
Yeah, I'll forever give him his credit for that.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I mean,
it's a stunt guy, isn't he?
For Mission Impossible alone is just like what?
Yeah, it's like that stunt guy,
Definitely a him and Keanu Reeves are from that school of show me how to do it, boss. I'm gonna do it.
And the thing is, it makes for about a finished product, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous, and I don't expect everyone to do it, but in some cases, it does make for about finished product.
Oh goodness, I think my boy Hyper Potato is getting excited about Kelly McGillis in the chat.
Well,
I will give it up, man. One thing that Top Gun did bring out was that "Take My Breath Away" by Berlin.
Yeah,
that's a great '80s song, man. That song is pretty good.
That's right. Made that song popular, didn't it?
It sure did. That's one of those things that you weren't allowed to like in the 80s. Oh, it's a girl song.
Exactly. You had to be all cool, huh?
Got to be cool. That's a girl song, whatever. But, now that I'm older and I don't care, I'm like, that's a good song.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what they say.
Here.
Almost there. Got me wanting to watch RoboCop.
Oh, yes. Most forgot all about that. It's going to be Bumblebee and RoboCop. If I can keep my eyes open.
It's all robot-based movies for you.
Yeah. It's amazing how much movies I actually start watching and then just drift off into dreamland.
Oh, man. Drop your weapons or there will be trouble.
There you go.
Love that movie.
Yeah,
the remake they did a few years ago wasn't actually that bad, but
that wasn't that
the original was still dope.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it couldn't. Yeah, it couldn't compete with the original one.
No, it's funny. Like they had all the modern technology to make movies, and then I don't want to say it fell short. They're two different movies in a way.
Yeah, but still, right. But you figure that, this can be awesome with all the technology today,
Something about the charm of that first one and the cast and
yeah, it just all fell right.
Your move, creep.
Yeah, RoboCop was.
And I love spoilers if you haven't seen RoboCop because I'm about to talk about the ending.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert on a 30-something-year-old movie. A lot of people dismiss it as a guns a-blazing gore fest, and of course it's got that, but I love the story of Alex Murphy and him rediscovering who he is.
Exactly. Because remember, he kept having memory flashbacks, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So he started to remember that he had a family and whatnot, but obviously he couldn't put it all together.
And then at the end, when the guy with the big boss asks him, "Nice shooting, son. What's your name?" and he goes, "Murphy."
Yeah.
As if, yep, I'm
He
Alex.
finally, right.
I'm like, that's cool.
That was cool.
Great.
I don't really remember the second one too much. Remember, they made a second one, then the third one, they actually changed the actor.
Yeah, the second one was all right.
Yeah, I think it was okay from what I can remember.
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, right.
Came out. I want to say it was like 90. And I've since learned that like legendary comics creator Frank Miller worked on the script. And then, of course, the studio did what studios do and kind of injected themselves in it.
Yeah.
Mess around with it.
Yeah, they pull everything to pieces, don't they?
Yeah, and studio kind of ruined it, I think. In fact, Frank Miller, somewhere around 2000 and let's say 2. Was it Dark Horse? I can't remember what comic book company he got with, but they did the comic book version of his script, like his original script, before the studio got a hold of it. So you can kind of read what it was supposed to be.
Right, I never knew that.
In comic book form. And, decide for yourself what you like better.
Yeah, exactly. But I must say, when it comes to the comic book writers, these guys are pretty good. You know?
Yeah, Frank Miller, he might be all right. He might make it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, he might be okay. But it's because a lot of the animated, the WB animated movies, the movies are so awesome. But then they get to the feature films and it's like they struggle. But I think it's because, like you said, they take so much away from it, from the comic writers. And they put the twist and spiel into it, and then it just throws everything on.
You know, the old saying, too many cooks will spoil the broth.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Sometimes too many people get involved, and they all want to put their mark on it.
Yeah. Everybody wants to have a say in it, see?
Some of the best stuff that you see is when you get somebody who just has a passion for it, knows what they're doing, is given the reins.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at the way the Star Wars fandom is split these days. And then along comes Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Handed to Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Run with the ball, and he proved himself on Iron Man.
Yeah.
And freaking Mandalorian is the best Star Wars thing possibly ever.
It just sucked everyone right back in, didn't it?
God, it was good.
Yeah.
Reunited Star Wars fandom.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how, like, when I heard it was coming out and I saw people on social media, I was like, oh, here we go, you know. Star Wars, how's this one gonna go? And then, like, when I saw both sides of the fandoms, like, everybody saying this is good. I was like, it's gotta be good. If no one's complaining about it.
Well, exactly. And that's what got me as well. I heard people raving about it. I said, well, let me see what this is all about. Because, I mean, people was really getting bonkers over it. But it turned out pretty good.
Very good. Enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Kid, don't you roll into my drawing.
What was that?
My brush tried to roll right back onto my drawing. And I was like, no. May not. All right, I gotta fix his eyes a little bit. His eyes are a little wonky. There we go. Now he doesn't have those crazy eyes.
God, that looks nice, Jarrod.
Thank you.
As usual.
Thank you. Yeah, we're about there. We are just about there. dry. Wiggle it, wiggle it.
Okay, let's see if I can erase some more of these lines I don't need here.
Yeah. Tangled up in my cable here.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Okay, so I think I'm going as far as I can with the pencils. I think that is pretty much done.
I think it's pretty sweet. Let's take a look.
Yeah, thanks. Let me
There we go. Well, it said it was going to show solo late. There we go.
there you go. Let me
Very pretty. Very nice.
I got the light.
Chola has found herself a wonderful piece there. I've gotten just about done on this here Doctor Who. I'm going to play a little bit with the logo in the back. Put a little texture on it before I finish it, but I like where this is headed.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. You feel like it's getting where you want it to go. Huh?
Yes, indeed. I can't help myself. I've already started playing with it. I'm going to bring
a tricky thing too, man, to stop.
I'm going to bring a darker blue at the base and fade it up a little bit, just to give it more of a two-toned look. But I can do that off camera. We can wrap this up.
Yep.
As I
yeah, it's been good. Another fun stream, I must say.
Yes, indeed. So thanks for being here. Thanks for everybody who tuned in to watch.
Yeah, as always.
And we will be here next week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific Mountain, 3. Wait, I can't even say it now. 4 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. if you happen to live in Bermuda. You've been listening to Smooth Sounds of Joe November. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for spending your Tuesday evening with us.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Yep.